back to my channel. For all returning subscribers, thank you for your support, thank you for your feedback, and thank you for your tags on social media. It means a lot to me. And to all new subscribers, you're most welcome to my channel. And this is the face behind the voice, Susie's Cakes, on this platform. Please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of my no-fail simple homemade recipes that I'll be sharing once every week. On today's tutorial, I'll be talking about an introduction to the world of edible wafer papers. I would like to start by saying that wafer papers and rice papers and also icing sheets are three different things, and they should not be mistaken for one another. So wafer papers are edible sheets that are basically made from potato starch, water, and vegetable oil, while rice paper are made from rice flour, just like the name implies, rice paper. Now all these are edible. Me saying that edible doesn't mean the taste is going to be very great. No, what I mean is that it's safe for you to eat. It's not going to have any negative effect on you. They're edible. Wafer papers came into existence centuries ago, and then it was basically for the high class people. That is, it was also classified as a luxury foodstuff. It was only served at events, and it was served as desserts. But now, thanks to technology, we can have wafer papers whenever we want them. They are also available to us irrespective of your social class, your religion, your taste, or your preferences. Wafer papers are things that has become very known in the baking industry or baking world, where we use it to make different kind of designs, from flowers to covering of our cakes to printing to watercolor effects to spraying, just name it. The creativity behind using wafer papers is only limited to you. Wafer papers are graded in 3 categories, and they are graded with letters of the alphabet. We have grade 0. This is the thinnest in terms of thickness, and it's between 0.2 mm. Then we have the grade AD. This grade AD is having a medium thickness. It is very good to work with. It's perfect for making your flowers or making little designs or covering your cakes. It's perfect, although it needs a wafer paper conditioner. Now, sometimes last week I sent a link on my social media platform on how to get my ultimate guide on working with edible wafer papers. And if you don't have it or you didn't get the link, don't worry, just click on the description box below this video and you have direct access to my ultimate guide for working with wafer papers. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be talking about wafer papers. I'll be showing you practical ways of using wafer papers for those that are new to the whole wafer paper usage, and for those who have been using it but having one challenge or the other, I'll be trashing that in the next couple of weeks. I'll also be sharing with you some designs and how to create very beautiful designs that can suit your cake. And the last grade of wafer papers is the DD. Now this is the type you don't want to work with at all, because it's hard to work with. The thickness is very thick in texture. You have to condition it. It looks more like a cardstock, so you don't want to work with it. Especially if you're creating designs like flowers, you don't want to work with it. It's going to give you a lot of tough time. So it's better for you to work with the AD grade of wafer papers. Now you can get wafer papers on your baking store. If you are living in a place where you have big malls, you can also get wafer papers from them. But I prefer you as a baker or as a dessert maker to get your wafer papers from baking stores, because from there you have the option to choose between the grades of your wafer papers you want to work with. Wafer papers, like I said, you need to condition them because they are not pliable. They break if you want to work with them, and then when they are exposed to air, they become very, very difficult to work with. But if you have gotten access to my ultimate guide for working with wafer papers, you see my perfect wafer paper conditioner, and this is non-alcoholic. That is, the conditioner is not alcoholic based. Why? If you worked with wafer papers before, you know that when you use alcohol to condition your wafer papers, at particular points the alcohol is going to evaporate and the wafer papers are still going to come back to the non-pliable state, and you don't want that. Except if I'm working on designs that are very fast, not like flowers, then fine, I'll go ahead and use alcohol. But if you are not working with a design if you are working with smaller designs, like if you want to create flowers, you need to keep your wafer papers pliable. I also don't subscribe to using water as a conditioner, because once water paper gets in contact with water, or when you don't master your usage of water when working with wafer papers, you're going to end up with wafer paper that will absorb too much liquid, and the end result is not proper, it's not nice. Other people use steaming method, they get their steamer, cake steamer, it's perfect. But when you're working with little designs, or you want to create little flowers, flowers take a lot of time, a lot of process to create. When you're working with little flowers, you don't want to be going over to the steamer to steam and then come back to start working on wafer papers. It's stressful. You can use wafer papers to create watercolor effects. You can spray your wafer papers with your airbrush machine. You can come up with different things when working with wafer papers. The advantage of wafer papers when compared to gum paste is that, unlike gum paste, when you create flowers with gum paste, you need to keep your flowers in a box that has a light or something to keep the gum paste from sweating out and your flowers losing their shape. For wafer papers, once you create the designs, they stay like that for up to 2 years and more if you can keep them very well. Now, can wafer papers be kept in the fridge or freezer? I would advise you not to do that, because like I said, once wafer paper comes in contact with moisture, it's going to end up absorbing that, and the end result is not too favorable. Now, are wafer papers safe to eat? Yes, they're safe to eat, although they won't taste really great, but they're safe to eat. They're not going to harm you. It's not going to harm you, it's not going to cause any health issues for you. What's the shelf life of wafer papers? They can stay as long as 2 years, depending on how you store them. If you store them properly, they can stay as long as 2 years. Now note, if you have a wafer paper that's printed as this, you need to work with it on time, because the printing phase, since the ink used in printing are edible, the printing fades, so you need to work with it on time. But apart from that, if you are using a regular wafer paper sheet that is not printed on, or that's not printed on, it can stay as long as 2 years. That's the shelf life, so you don't need to keep it in the fridge or in the freezer. Now, if you are printing on wafer papers, you need to make sure your printer is new. That is, you are running your printer with an edible ink and your printer is new. You cannot use a printer you've used previously to print on regular sheets to print for wafer papers, because the ink you infuse into the cartridge of the printer wasn't edible. So if you use it on an edible sheet like a wafer paper, it's no longer edible. It makes the wafer paper not safe for eating. So if you want to go into printing on wafer papers, you have to start with a new printer and you have to infuse the cartridge with edible ink fresh. If I'm making designs on like buttercream cakes and I want to attach, let's say, a flower to my buttercream cake, and the flower is going to be a wafer paper flower, because I don't want the buttercream, or the wafer paper rather, absorbing the moisture from the buttercream, there's something I usually do, which I am also going to share on this platform in subsequent weeks. I'm going to start by showing you how to create your wafer paper glue. We're going to be using it just like when you make gum paste. We have gum paste glue to use to attach petals or designs themselves. Same thing with wafer papers. We have wafer paper glue. So it's just simple, it's just wafer paper and water.
To make wafer papers, you just need wafer paper and water. So I just got my edible wafer paper. I cut the sheets into some squares. Now I'm going to cut this into tiny bits, just like almost like rice grains, and I'll put it into my empty bowl, and I'll add regular room temperature water, and I'm going to leave this overnight off for some hours, but I prefer leaving it overnight. Now if you don't want to cut it like this with your scissors, you can use a blender to dry blend it roughly, and your edible wafer paper glue is ready.
The next recipe I'm going to share is how to make your own piping gel. And the reason why I'm sharing this basic recipes because in subsequent week you'll be seeing me using them to create or to attach designs of wafer papers on each other. So I needed to create them, and I needed to show you how to create yours at the comfort of your home.
For a piping gel, I'm going to be adding my granulated white sugar into my saucepan, and I'm also going to be adding my corn flour, and I'm going to add water, and I'll stir this up well together. Please check a link below this video for the making or the detailed recipe of how to make your own piping gel. I'm going to stir this together, make sure there are no lumps, stir them well together. I'm going to take this to a medium or low heat, and I'll keep stirring it while it's on heat till the mixture is thickened, just like this. Now remove it from it, pour it into a freezable bowl, allow it to cool completely before I cover it. This is how to make your piping gel. You can color this with edible food colors into different color variations that you want, but I just want it plain like this, and this is your piping gel.
For the recipe of my wafer paper conditioner, you need to get your ultimate guide to working with wafer paper. Trust me, you have to get it. So just click on the link below this video and download your own copy of my ultimate guide for working with wafer papers. So that's all from me for this week. Thank you so much for staying, and thank you so much for watching. If you are still yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to be notified of my recipes every week. Thank you so much for your support. See you next week.